¿Qué tal? Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, profe Ana.
¿Qué tal? Sally, ¿usted es la moderadora?
Sí, señora,
Ok, listo. ¿Le parece? Bueno, sería directo, no se van a esperar estudiantes, ¿verdad?
no le sabría decir.
Ok. Bueno, vamos a empezar directo porque las clases son los sábados y esta es una clase reprogramada. Así que
Ok.
vamos a empezar directo, pues.
Listo. Permítame.
Ok.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Sally Arboleda. Hoy les voy a estar acompañando como moderadora de la sesión. Voy a dar algunos parámetros para así el docente pueda comenzar con las clases del día de hoy. Algunos parámetros de las sesiones por videoconferencia son: las sesiones se graban. Pueden verlas nuevamente en la plataforma virtual. El- ay, perdón. Listo. Les solicitamos que por favor silencien sus micrófonos y puedan activarlos cuando quieran hacer una consulta o aporte, con el permiso del docente. Les pedimos que mantengan su cámara activa. De no poder hacerlo, enviar sus excusas. De lo contrario, serán retirados de la sesión y serán restados puntos de la heteroevaluación del docente. Mi rol como moderadora es facilitar y apoyar en la parte técnica. Consultas por el chat. Les exhorto el tener bolígrafos y papel para hacer sus anotaciones y aprovechar el máximo de la sesión. Esta sesión tiene un tiempo de duración de 120 minutos. Sin más que agregar, le vamos a dar un espacio a la profesora Ana.
Gracias, Sally. Okay. Let's start with the class. This is the 7th session of this subject, this course. Let me share screen. Okay. Okay. So let's start with the quote of the day. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. That's true. Okay, very accurate, right? Sometimes we focus on fixing what had passed, but that is not important because we have to just become better persons. Not fixing in the past, but building what you are and you are going to be, what you want to be. So I just want to let you this beautiful quote of, well, Socrates is look like this is the author of this quote. Okay, guys, so let's start with the with today's session. This is the module number 4. We are talking about infinitive and gerunds, idiomatic expressions. Okay. Today we will be focusing our class in these topics. So, infinitive gerunds and idiomatic expressions. Today we are the learning objective is to distinguish when to use a gerund and when to use an infinitive, and to explain the meaning of common idiomatic expressions. Let's watch this video about gerund and infinitive.
Do you enjoy using the internet to learn? Have you ever taken an online course? In this video about e-learning, you'll learn how to use gerunds and infinitives.
Hi, Anne. What are you working on?
I have a lot of work to do for an online course I decided to take. It's about astronomy.
That's great. I didn't know you were interested in astronomy.
I've enjoyed listening to podcasts about it. And I hope to learn a lot more in this course. You've taken some online courses too, right?
I have, and I really like them.
Do you have any tips for success?
I recommend communicating a lot with the other students online. You can help each other, and you'll enjoy the course more if you meet other students.
So what are gerunds and infinitives? And how do we use them? A gerund is the ing form of a verb that acts as a noun, and an infinitive is to plus the base form of a verb. Some verbs can have gerunds but not infinitives after them. Some examples are enjoy, recommend, miss, and keep. I miss going to school.
Yeah.
I will keep studying online. Other verbs can have infinitives but not gerunds after them.
Yeah.
Some examples are decide, hope, agree, and want. I agreed to teach an online English course. I want to do well in the course. What do you enjoy learning about? What do you enjoy doing online? This is American English. Thank you for watching.
Okay. So again, gerunds have the ing form of the verb that acts to a noun, as a noun, okay? So some verbs can have gerunds but not infinitive after them. For example, we enjoy, recommend, miss, keep plus gerunds. So in the other hand, we have the infinitive. In the infinitive, we use to, the preposition to, plus the verb, okay? The base form of a verb. Other verbs can have infinitive, but not gerund after them. And this is the example that she was telling us
here. Do you enjoy using the internet to learn? Have you ever... A gerund
So look.
is a noun, and an infinitive is to plus the base form of a verb. Some verbs can have gerunds but not infinitives after them. Some examples are enjoy, recommend, miss, and keep. I miss going to school.
I miss going to school. This is a very common sentence, but you cannot say, I miss to go to school. No.
I will keep studying online.
I will keep studying online.
Other verbs can have infinitives, but...
Okay, very good. So now that we
Do you enjoy
have a
using
better
the internet?
idea what are gerunds and infinitive, let's talk about its function. What is the function of the gerunds? A gerund is a verb that's acting as a noun. By that, we mean that the verb, the word that describes the action happening, like biking, thinking, running, or speaking, becomes a thing, a concept that can now be the sentence subjects, direct object, indirect object, or the object of a preposition. Here, there are two examples that contain gerunds. The first one says, as a food blogger, eating is an involved production of Giovanna. As a food blogger, eating is an involved production of Giovanna. We also have the other example. Ethan turned off his phone and shut the door so he could focus on studying. Okay? So those are examples of gerunds. So this is the grammatical form of the gerund form. Why do we use gerunds? Well, we can use it as the subject of a sentence or a direct object of a sentence. Example, as the subject of a sentence, we can say, writing is English, in English is difficult, or watching TV is my favorite pastime. As a direct object of a sentence, we can say, I like writing in English, or I love going out to restaurants. We also can use gerund as a subject of compliment, like one of my duties is doing homework. My cat's favorite activity is sleeping. That's one of mine too. As an object of a preposition, also we use the gerund. For example, we shall be interested in hearing your comments. Would you like to walk instead of taking the bus? So the word taking is acting as an object of a preposition. After certain expressions, my cat's favorite activity is sleeping. One of his duties is doing homework. So guys, this is not like necessary that you know how is this gerund acting, but it's extremely important that you know how to use gerunds and you identify them, okay? So let's practice, okay? Let's try to use the words in the box to complete the sentences, okay? Let's do it together. We have listen, cook, collect, spill, clean, go, play, break, sing, and swim. So look, Tom enjoys football with his friend. So the verb that fits better here is play. And it's because gerunds, and because it's a gerunds, we finish the verb with ing. Tom enjoys playing football with his friends. Kay insisted on to collect to the cinema alone. If we are talking about the cinema, what actions do you do with that? We have the verb go. Kay insisted on going to the cinema alone. Forgive me for your Chinese base. If we are talking about a base, we can use break. Spill, something is on in the base, but if we are talking about the base and you're saying sorry, it's because there are high chances of breaking the base. So for me, forgive me for breaking your Chinese base. So these are some, this is our short practice of how you can use these gerunds. Now we have infinitive, okay? An infinitive is the word to plus a verb root. There are two ways that we can use infinitive. As a noun that communicates a single concept as an adjective, and as an adjective to describe a noun within the sentence. Some examples are, I brought us lemonade to drink with lunch. So here, this infinitive is acting as an adjective. I brought us some lemonade to drink with lunch. Because, I mean, you already know what do you do with lemonades and lunch, right? So to drink is an extra information. That is why it's acting as an adjective. Saying the next one, I hope there are magazines to read in the waiting room. So this sentence can perfectly make sense without the infinitive to read, but it's acting as an adjective because it's giving you an extra information. The next one, we love to travel, but we couldn't afford it last year. This is very important. It's a noun. We cannot skip the noun. We love to travel, but we couldn't afford it last year. So in order for you to identify the infinitive, you need to, preposition to, plus a verb. So how can we use the infinitive? We can use the infinitive in many ways. We use it to indicate the purpose of an action, like I will lock the door to prevent the thief. As a subject of a sentence, like to swim in that sea may be dangerous. To swim in that sea may be dangerous. That is the subject of the sentence. So as the direct object of a sentence, I like to write English. So this to write is acting as a direct object. Everyone wanted to go. As a subject of complement, his ambition is to fly, or his essential is to maintain a healthy diet. So to maintain and to fly are acting here in this sentence as a subject complement. It can also act as an adjective, like I have some jeans to wash. As an adverb, we must carefully observe to understand, or I can't wait to see. Here, to see and to understand are acting as an adverb. After an adjective, it is important to be patient. It is wonderful to have close friends. So to be and to break and to have are acting here as an adjective. After an adjective. After a noun or pronoun object referring to a person. Can I ask you to help me with something? I invite my friend to attend the ceremony. And we can use it as to use with question word. Like for example, do you understand what to do? Tell me to press the button. So as you can see, these infinitive usage are examples and tells you how important it is to use infinitive. But again, make sure you understand what you are saying, what you hear, okay? Because that you don't know the usage, I mean, you can identify it. The uses help you to identify what infinitive we are using. Okay, so now let's practice here. So we have use infinitive plus to after the adjective. Okay, my house is very easy to find. Here we have, it is not very polite. You have to use this verb using the infinitive to plus the verb. It's very polite to speak to your teacher like that. It's not very polite to speak to your teacher like that. What about the next one? We are happy the engagement of our daughter. Announce. So we are going to follow the formula. To plus the verb, announce. Then we have the number 3. This coffee is too hot at the moment. Drink. So again, we use the infinitive to plus the verb they want you to use, drink. To drink. This coffee is too hot to drink at the moment. It's very important before you write the exams. Again, we have to use the study, the verb study. So we just add the infinitive formula to plus the verb. So it will be like this. It is very important to study before you write the exam. Okay? So now let's continue here. This is the independent activity. In this activity, you have to access the link and complete the quiz about germs, okay? Then we will discuss the answers. Let's make a few ones. Look, we have the first one. Germs and infinitive quiz. Lily was very tired. She tried her eyes open, but she couldn't. So the answer is, she tried to keep her eyes open, but she couldn't. Next one. Tom rang the doorbell, but there was no answer. Then he tried knocking on the door. Knocking on the door. Okay, guys, I don't want to do it all because you already have the answer there. But I want you to practice at home, okay? As much as you can. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Let me know. So, this is all for today's class session. See you in the next class. Remember to complete the assignments that you have, okay? Eso sería todo por la clase de hoy, señora Sally. Ya se explicó toda la clase y la actividad independiente, así como también las prácticas.
Bueno, con permiso de la docente Ana, vamos a dar de esta sesión como finalizada. Nos vemos la semana que viene.
Listo, que
Hasta
pase
luego.
buenas noches. Bye.
Igualmente.